Technology-ready school administrators, as transformational leaders, inspire and empower stakeholders. They seek to change the mindset and behavior of the entire school community by leading the transformation of the existing school culture to maximize student achievement and staff productivity. To emphasize, the transformational leader engages and enables teachers throughout genuine concern and accessibility to become better problem solvers, illustrated through intellectually stimulating and encouraging questions. Facilitates a collaborative professional school culture by inspiring others and focusing the team effort through ongoing discussions, observations, critiques, and planning sessions, and fosters ongoing staff professional development to build a shared vision and facilitate change. The transformational leader, as a technology-ready school administrator, accomplishes these tasks while accounting with consistency and integrity. There must be good reasons to give up the status quo, such as our students are not technologically competitive when they enter college with students from other schools. If there are good reasons to change, then a clear vision of the desired future state must be developed. The current pandemic has forced schools to change, particularly with regard to developing opportunities for online and blended or hybrid learning. Many changes will stick in the future if they are worthwhile. Identifying and communicating a clear vision is one of the most important functions a technology-ready school administrator can perform. Leaders should understand the basic elements of visioning, how to create a clear shared vision, and how to communicate that vision. A good vision identifies direction and purpose, builds loyalty through involvement, sets standards of excellence that reflect high ideals and a sense of integrity, is persuasive and credible, and inspires enthusiasm and commitment. Once a vision is created, it must be communicated and articulated effectively so that it becomes the shared vision of everyone in the district. It is not always easy to spread a vision throughout the school community, so the key part of a shared vision is actually articulating and communicating it. The technology vision is a compelling, succinct statement that has been created with input and approval from all members of the team. The statement should reflect the interests of various stakeholders and paint the picture of how the school will function with a mission-driven use of technology. Think of the vision statement as the best-case scenario. Here are a few examples. To improve learning and teaching and stay current with technology trends, an educational institution must change. Shifting fundamental patterns and beliefs in a school's culture is key to transformation. Altering individual beliefs, knowledge, or attitudes entails careful planning by the leaders responsible for the change process. Technology-ready school administrators who attempt to implement change recognize the process commands sufficient time and effort to be effective. An understanding of the steps required to change toward the desired vision is critical, or little change will take place. To effectively lead change, a technology-ready school administrator, as a transformational change agent, should determine if the climate is ready to undergo a reform. Prior to commencing with any new initiative, the technology-ready school administrator is advised to examine other leaders and staff attitudes in the school about the potential change, as well as past change efforts. To assess your school's readiness for change, use Figure 1.6. By using this assessment, the technology-ready school administrator can discover the early adopters, late adopters, and laggards. Also, this can reveal if there are any outside forces that may inhibit change readiness and identify support along with resistance. Successful implementation of a change initiative demands a commitment and capacity for change. If the leaders and staff lack these variables, then a high probability of failure exists. The commitment to change consists of two primary factors: will and conviction. The capacity to change consists of two chief considerations: individual skills and the enabling attributes, such as systems, structures, and technology to facilitate successful change. If a variable score is low, then the wise decision would be to delay the start of a change initiative. The technology-ready school administrator should offer staff development to advance individual skills or provide a clear rationale to improve conviction. If overall readiness is high, then it is safe to begin the change process, and there is a high likelihood of success. Step 2 of the change process identifies supports and barriers. Barriers of resistance to change may be due to self-interests, negative perceptions, fear of the unknown, suspicion, conservatism, or conscientious objections. In analyzing the stakeholders and resistance in a team approach, the knowledgeable change agent and committee recognize managing change and considering strategies around barriers require looking at a variety of factors such as who will be impacted by the change, who is sponsoring the change, who will benefit by the change, who will be harmed by the change, is there a culture fit for the change, what are the available resources, what is a reasonable time frame for implementation, when is the proper time to start, how will things be better with the change. In step 4, the leadership team creates detailed action plans to achieve successful execution, including a discussion of the technology vision statement. These action plans should determine the goal, tasks, accountable individuals, resources, assessments, and evidence that tasks are completed. Once the plan is complete, the rollout of the change begins with communication. The leadership team communicates a clear, concise message that is understood fully. Listening to the audience and responding appropriately to concerns are equally important. When rolling out the change plan, it is important to start with the most receptive people as it helps to get early wins. Keeping the message simple helps while using different mediums like memos, group, and one-on-one meetings. The technology-ready school administrator and team understand that implementation often wanes before it gets better. If this occurs, then it is vital that communication be increased with a focus on what is ahead and with as much information as possible. The team should acknowledge the pain of change and validate the feelings of resistors. Above all, the team should focus on letting go of the familiar past, confronting feelings about an uncertain future, and redesigning a focus on new realities. After achieving milestones, Step 6 celebrates the fact that progress has been made. Recognizing advancements maintains motivation and stakeholder interest. Implementing long-term permanent change is neither an easy process nor a quick one. Administrators must stay abreast of educational research and emerging trends. Look at these trends. Administrators must advocate for specific emerging trends with supporting rationale to implement in your school and produce a persuasive argument to promote movements such as flipped classroom, blended, mobile, and game-based learning, along with Web 2.0 implementation. Here's a rhetorical question. What do you think the school will look like in 10 years? In 20 years? This concludes the presentation on transformational leadership and the change process.